John Cena comes to Phoenix on Raw, calling out the roster, how they are no match for him. The countdown is coming up. There's 19 days left. Talks about how R-Truth was a waste of a re-signing. Just a guy who pretended to be John Cena all those years. And then CM Punk comes back and talks about how he has been thinking so much about who John Cena has become. And funny enough, it seems like the roles are switched. Here is CM Punk being the savior of WWE, while John Cena is just planning to leave with the WWE Championship. CM Punk says, "You want real competition? Why don't you look at the greatest rival in your catalog? Have one more match here on Raw for old time's sakes." John Cena agrees to a match. However, it's going to be on his terms. Night of Champions, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. If you really want this match, you'd be there. And then you hear "Burn It Down." Seth Rollins teases his cash in, just basically standing in the entrance ramp. And then later on in the show, we have the infamous Ron Killings promo, which was just badass. It's unfortunate that they never went anywhere with it, but don't worry, there's more to come. I will be doing some great work with Ron Killings. John Cena kicks off SmackDown in Lexington, Kentucky, where he runs down King of the Ring, how the potential winner will face him at SummerSlam. Randy Orton comes back, talks about how he never had a fair shot because R-Truth screwed him. LA Knight comes out talking about how he is tired of waiting. He sent a message to the Division, costing them their qualifying match, and now he plans on winning. Of course, this does lead to Randy Orton winning his qualifier, thanks to Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker interfering. Backstage, John Cena is looking for R-Truth, who had previously beat him up in the entrance ramp earlier in the night after leaving the ring. He is constantly looking for R-Truth. He keeps saying, "R-Truth, where are you?" CM Punk comes out, finally accepting the Night of Champions challenge, and he is ready because it's going to be the greatest of all time versus the best in the world one last time. They have basically the same promo. Honestly, all the stuff that John Cena and CM Punk did was top tier in the early stages of John Cena's retirement tour, so really not a lot will change from that. And even R-Truth attacking John Cena afterwards, and CM Punk saying that the truth hurts. And then backstage, John Cena calls out Nick Aldis, demanding a match with R-Truth. Nick Aldis grants John Cena that match for next week. Okay, SmackDown on Grand Rapids, the infamous night where, well, you know, that happened. But before we get to it, the real change I would only do for this entire show would be the semifinals match between Randy Orton and Sami Zayn. I would actually have Sami Zayn steal the victory by doing a roll-up to Randy Orton. Sami Zayn surprises everybody because I think we dropped the ball and we could have gotten Cody Rhodes versus Sami Zayn and then saved Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross for SummerSlam, which is what they did anyways. And honestly, John Cena versus R-Truth was a whatever match. However, the result of John Cena knocking out R-Truth with the belt does lead to something important later on. And of course, we have John Cena cut the pipe bomb on CM Punk after he's been thrown to a table. This is gold. This was probably my favorite segment of John Cena's entire heel run, so this stays exactly the same. R-Truth hijacks SmackDown, basically explaining why there has been so many technical difficulties on this show. Fun fact, there was a lot of technical difficulties for those of you who watch this show live in the morning if you are in California. So they can use R-Truth basically sabotaging SmackDown, talking about how he wants to fight John Cena. It takes Aleister Black to put him down, and then leading to Damian Priest and Aleister Black to start their rivalry. But John Cena finally arrives to SmackDown in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And he says, before Punk comes out here and says what he has to say, R-Truth, I heard you. And I want to finish this once and for all. So when I'm done with Punk, I will train my hardest. And I will fight you one more time. And I'll even put the WWE Championship on the line. Just promise me that you will leave me alone. And then out of nowhere, the Doctor of Punkonomics comes out, and basically this stays the same as well. This was brilliant on CM Punk's term. This was awesome, and yeah, I can't complain. Okay, a couple disclaimers before we move on to Night of Champions and the main event. First things first, Gunther becomes World Heavyweight Champion yet again by beating Logan Paul. Cody Rhodes still becomes King of the Ring, but this time he fights Sami Zayn. I feel like his match with Randy Orton could have been saved for a WrestleMania instead. And then we got the main event. Now, a lot of people complain that this match was slower. John Cena and CM Punk are much older than they were before. It was an okay match. I definitely do wish that they put in their hardest effort if this was going to be their last ever encounter. I'd still have Seth attempt to cash in, have Seth Rollins interact with John Cena. They argue, and then this leads into the Vision taking out Punk and Cena. And as soon as they're going to cash in, instead of Penta and Sammy, I would have it be Jey Uso and LA Knight coming out. Two different people who hate the Vision and want to get revenge against them. Then it just leads to John Cena and CM Punk hugging. John Cena turning against Punk yet again. And then Seth attacks CM Punk. John Cena takes advantage. He leaves Riyadh as WWE Champion. But definitely is a little bit more disappointed with all the interference that took place in his match. The road to SummerSlam is among us. Cody Rhodes is anticipating who he will face at SummerSlam, as we still don't know who will be walking out of SmackDown as WWE Champion. Will it be R-Truth? Will it be John Cena? Who knows, because in the main event, it'll be John Cena versus R-Truth for the WWE Championship in a street fight. In a street fight, they have John Cena and R-Truth kill it in the main event of SmackDown. And in the process, R-Truth is being more violent, more vicious. He even pulls out a concrete brick, almost ending John Cena. Luckily, John Cena reverses it and gets the victory. John Cena is scared of what he has turned R-Truth into. He is afraid of what he has turned the locker room into. Cody Rhodes comes out, beats up John Cena, and just tells him, "Your time is up, John. Our time is now." John Cena and Cody Rhodes meet one more time before SummerSlam. And Cody Rhodes kicks off talking about how he misses John Cena, the one that preached hustle, loyalty, and respect. Not some guy that is just counting down to leave WWE because he's just mad that the company has moved on from him, because he realizes that his time is no longer here. Where is the John Cena that wears those bright colors and means everything what those words meant? Hustle, loyalty, and respect. He knows that the John Cena is out there, and he hopes to win the undisputed WWE Championship back. John Cena replies that he has always been the John Cena of old, the same John Cena that we all know and love today. The reason why he is taking this belt is because no one will compare to him, and already other people have tried. This will be his 10th match since this retirement tour began, and so far no one has stooped to his level. It's time for a true change, and it's time for me to leave with this belt, because you guys don't deserve it. You guys are not stars. John Cena tells Cody Rhodes, and if you were a real star, they wouldn't have you compete in Money in the Bank. They wouldn't have you compete in the King of the Ring tournament. They would have just given you this match because that is would have been best for business. Cody Rhodes replies with, "That's the thing, John. You are just so stuck in the past. You are afraid to evolve. You are afraid that you don't belong in this era. You don't belong here anymore. And that is why you are leaving this company. That is why you are retiring this year. I was excited for you. I was excited to see what matches you were going to have. And instead, he has just been trying his best to ruin wrestling. It sounds like to me that really you are the one who doesn't care about this business. And the problem with me is that I do. I care about this business. Is why I came back to the WWE. Is why I went to go finish my story. And it is why I will kick your ass at SummerSlam. And I will do anything in my power, whatever it takes, to take that belt back." John Cena's final response was, "Fine speech, Cody. The question is, if you beat me, what will happen then? Will these fans continue to love you? Or will they move on the same way they moved on from me?" SummerSlam, the first ever 2-night event. And night 2 will close off with John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. And even though it's not a street fight, it is still a good one-on-one match. Both men are giving it their all. John Cena is trying not to cheat. Midway through the match, we have Drew McIntyre interfering, of all people. And this idea came from Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson, a phenomenal match that happened in AEW. One of the key moments was Hangman Page interfering in the middle of the match. Doesn't really attack anybody, he's just there. And it basically distracts Cody and John Cena. Meanwhile, Cody is even considering cheating, even at one point grabbing the belt and swinging it at John Cena. As it looks like Cody's the one that's going to take advantage. John Cena realizes that was wrong. He reverses Cody's cheap trick, hits the attitude adjustment. 1, 2, 3. John Cena wins the WWE Championship. And this is where the story changes, because John Cena is still your WWE Champion.